Welcome. Today we're diving into something really beautiful from the Maharatnakuta Sutra. It's this incredible idea that our actions, what we do every day, can literally create a kind of light inside us. So, what does that really mean for us? Let's find out.
All right, so our story starts, just like in the sutra, with a disciple named Moonlight. Imagine this. He's looking at the Buddha, who is just radiating. We're talking countless forms of brilliant, pure, and absolutely immeasurable light.
He's just totally in awe, and he asks this very simple, powerful question. How? How did you get like this? What did you do to get this incredible radiance? It's a question that cuts right to the chase. And the Buddha's answer is just as direct, but so deep. This one line is the key to everything we're going to talk about today. Basically, he says, this isn't magic. This light is the direct result of good deeds. Okay, so let's be clear about what we mean by light. We're not talking about a halo or some kind of a superpower. The sutra is using light as this really powerful metaphor. The word here is guangming. And you should think of it less like a light bulb and more like, that positive energy or glow some people have, that warmth? It's the visible aura that comes from a kind heart and a clear mind. It's our inner goodness literally shining through. So what the sutra is really laying out here is a kind of spiritual physics, a law of cause and effect. Every single positive thing we do, no matter how small, is like polishing our own inner lamp, making that light inside us brighter and more vibrant. Okay, so let's get into the specifics. How exactly does this work? The great thing is, the sutra doesn't just leave it at be good. It actually gives us a detailed blueprint for how to cultivate our own light. It starts with what are called the 6 perfections. And look at how this builds. It starts with simple giving, which generates 10 colors of light. Then you add discipline, boom, you've got 20. Then patience, 30. You can see how each step on this path, all the way up to deep wisdom, adds more and more brilliance and complexity to that inner light. But it doesn't even stop there. The sutra then shows us how to turn the brightness dial all the way up. When you start cultivating these huge, heart-centered qualities, like true loving kindness, or deep compassion, or just pure joy for others, the radiance just explodes. It goes to a whole other level. Now, here's the part that I think is the most amazing. You might be thinking, okay, compassion, wisdom, those are big ideas. But the sutra brings all of this cosmic light right down to earth, into simple, everyday actions that any one of us can do. For example, just taking care of someone who's sick. It's not just a nice gesture. The sutra says that single act creates a very specific kind of light, one that's as pure and bright as a sky without a single cloud. How beautiful is that? Or think about the simple act of offering a lamp or a candle. You're literally giving light. And in return, the text says you get the light of eye purity, the ability to see the world more clearly, without your own biases getting in the way. This one is so important. Just being honest. Speaking the truth, not trying to deceive anyone. That act generates a light of truth purity. It's like our words have the power to literally clean our inner world and make it shine. And I love this one too. Even a humble act like sweeping a floor or tidying up a room with respect, that creates a light of earth purity. It's about being grounded, respectful, and pure right where you are. So our actions create light. Got it. But here's where things get really fascinating. This light isn't just a passive reward that sits there. In a really cool twist, the sutra says the light itself becomes an active force, a tool we can use. It explains that the very names of these lights have power. It's almost like they're affirmations or mantras. So if you're feeling greedy, you can consciously bring the name Banner of Serenity to mind and tap into that quality to calm yourself down. If you're sad, you can hold the banner of Joyful Mind. They become these practical mental tools for our own transformation. All right, so this is all well and good, but what's the bottom line for us, right here, right now? How do we start lighting our own lamp? Well, the sutra is pretty direct about this. Near the end, it explains who is actually ready to hear this message and who isn't. And it has nothing to do with being smart or educated. It's all about our inner attitude. The text basically holds up a mirror for us. On one side, you got people with an open, honest, compassionate heart.
They're receptive. On the other, you have minds that are all tangled up in greed, desire, and negativity. And the teaching just can't take root there. The soil has to be ready. And this quote just sums it all up, doesn't it? At the end of the day, getting this isn't an intellectual puzzle. It's about having a soft heart. It's about our genuine, sincere intention to be a little bit better. So this ancient text is so much more than just beautiful poetry. It's an incredibly empowering call to action. It's telling us that becoming enlightened, or even just becoming a kinder person, isn't some far-off, impossible goal. No, it's built right here with the little choices we make every single day.
So that's really the final takeaway. Every kind word we say, every moment of patience we show, every generous act, it's all a way of lighting our own lamp. Each choice either turns our inner dimmer switch up or down. So the question to leave with is this. In your own life, with your words and your actions, what kind of light are you creating?